Sonic's Greenhouse Adventures Season 5 Chapter 16, Comfort and Visiting Tales. Movie Shadow's point of view.
Then I set my focus on Sonic and dashed off in the direction he ran off in. I soon realized he jumped into the ocean, so I followed suit. Once I transformed, I looked around for Sonic. At first, I saw no sign of him, but eventually I found him leaning against an underwater rock on the ocean floor, in a merperson's version of a fetal position, wailing in anguish, so I immediately rushed up to him. "Sonic, are you okay?" I asked as I put my hand on his shoulder. He flinched away as he looked up at me with the most devastated look on his face. "Hey, it's okay. It's just me," I said, hoping to calm him down.
No! Stay away from me! I'm too dangerous! I can't control my dark form like I used to!
Sonic cried as he quickly backed away from me. Then I noticed he was hyperventilating. "Sonic, you're not dangerous. It's going to be alright. Now please, remember Mom's breathing exercise that she taught you. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Try to sync your breathing with mine," I instructed gently. He quickly nodded, so we began to try and get our breathing in sync.
Shadow's point of view.
When I finally found Marina, she looked like she was stopped in her tracks. "Marina, are you okay?" I asked cautiously as I slowly walked up to her.
No, I'm not. And no offense, but what are you doing here?
My movie counterpart asked me to follow you and make sure you were okay. So what is it?
I messed up so badly. When you needed me, what did I do? Showed fear and ran off on him.
Marina cried as she stood there, blinking at the ground in shame, trembling like a leaf. "It's going to be okay, Marina." My movie counterpart went after him. I said as reassuringly as I could.
Marina's point of view.
What? Where did Sonic go?
"He went that way. I don't know how far, but since this is an island, it'll eventually take him to the ocean."
Boom Shadow replied as he pointed to the direction they were going in. I knew exactly why Sonic did that. "Thanks, Boom Shadow. I know exactly what to do," I said and dashed off in that direction. Once I made it to the ocean, I jumped in. Once I transformed, I began to look for Sonic. "Sonic, where are you?" I called out as I continued to look.
Movie Shadow's point of view.
At long last, Sonic was finally calm. "So Sonic, are you going to be okay now?" I asked gently.
To be honest, Shadow, I don't know. What if Marina never forgives me?
Sonic asked as tears formed in his eyes. "Oh, Sonic, of course she'll forgive you. She loves you, Sonic, and that's never going to change," I said as I hugged him. Suddenly I could hear Marina calling out for Sonic, so I ended the hug and looked around for her. Then I saw her swimming this way. "Speaking of which, Sonic, here she comes now," I said as I pulled Sonic up so he could see her.
What?
Sonic, thank goodness I found you. I'm so sorry I ran off like that. I don't know what came over me, because I'll never be afraid of you. I love you so much, Sonic. But what exactly happened back there?
Marina asked as she hugged him.
For a minute there, all I saw instead of you and Boom Shadow were the robots from my nightmare. I was afraid and my instincts told me to stop them. I'm so sorry I hurt you, Marina. I'm so sorry.
Sonic said as he hugged her back while sobbing.
Shh, it's okay, Sonic. It's over now. But we better get back. The others must be worried sick.
To that, me and Sonic both nodded, so once Sonic calmed down, we started heading back.
Movie Sonic's point of view.
As we were swimming towards the shore near Boom Man's base, my communicator went off. "Hello?" I asked as I answered it.
Hey Sonic, are you alright, baby?
For the most part, yes. We're on our way back now. I'll explain everything once we get there. Meet us on the beach near Boom Man's base, I said as reassuringly as I could.
Alright, sweetie, see you soon.
Mom said and then we hung up.
Boom Sonic's point of view.
Okay guys, let's hurry down to the beach.
Maddie said with determination. We all nodded as Silver took Annika into his arms and we headed there. Even Eggman came with us. When we got there, we found them pulling themselves onto the shore. So then we ran over to them and they looked completely emotionally drained. "Whoa, Are you guys okay? What happened? I asked in concern as I kneeled in front of them.
Sonic, are you okay? I was so scared.
Annika cried out as she was put down and ran to her brother.
Movie Sonic's point of view.
When I saw Annika coming over to me, I immediately hugged her. Yeah, I'm alright. But guys, I lost control and attacked Boom Shadow and then Marina. I was getting delusional and saw those robots instead of them, I explained shakily.
Oh, honey, it's going to be okay. But how did you snap out of it?
Mom asked as she hugged me once we were steam dried. When I realized I hurt Marina, Shadow healed her, but I still felt awful, and the guilt allowed me to turn back to normal. I replied as I hugged Mom back.
Oh, Sonic, it's going to be okay. It's over now.
Thanks, Mom. Now, before all of that happened, what's the plan for today?
That's the other reason I came over. Tails has been working overtime on his machine, so we'll go over to his workshop.
So once we ended the hug, we headed to Boomtail's workshop. When we got there, Amy, Knucklesticks, and even Boom Shadow was there.
Hey guys, sorry we took so long. We kinda had a crisis this morning, but now we're good.
Boom, Sonic announced as we walked up to them. Then I told them what happened, and all of them except for Boom Shadow, of course, were completely stunned. Then Boomtails cleared his throat.
Anyway, I have good news. The machine is fixed. However, I don't know if it will work or where it will send you to if it doesn't work.
Oh, I get what you mean. That's a mystery we have yet to solve. Like, I was just finding my version of Eggman when suddenly I ended up in Green Hills, Montana, aka Movie Sonic's world.
Modern Sonic's point of view.
Before any of us could say anything else, we heard Annika burst into tears.
What's wrong, little sis?
Someone is watching us. Someone's super evil.
Annika cried as she clung to Movie Sonic tightly and buried her face into his chest. Then we heard a loud boom outside.
What was that?
Sticks asked as we ran outside. Once we were outside, we saw a strange hedgehog floating in the sky with a purple aura around him. Yet he seemed awfully familiar. As for how so, I had no idea. Who are you? I asked seriously.
Oh, don't tell me you forgot me, Sonic the Hedgehog. Well, maybe this should spark your memory.
The hedgehog said right before sending a beam of dark energy in my direction. I immediately dodged as it finally clicked to my mind who this guy was, and everything else from that adventure came rushing back to me. No, that's impossible. How are you back, Mephiles? I demanded darkly.
Movie Sonic's point of view.
Least to say the rest of us were confused. Modern? Who is this guy?
That is one of the many foes I defeated with my friends. He's half of the god Solaris. He temporarily killed me so he could reunite with his other half, Iblis. But after I was brought back and defeated Solaris, we went back in time to erase his existence from the timeline for good. So again, Mephiles, how is this possible?
Modern explained as he continued to glare at Mephiles. I was stuck on the fact that this guy killed my modern counterpart, even if it was just temporarily.
Well, according to the person who made it possible, Zylo, he used his power to bring me back into existence by having me come from their world. Sort of like makes a resurrection and reincarnation.
Mephiles said as he pointed at me and my brothers. I stopped breathing at that point. I couldn't believe Zylo is still targeting us. No way. It can't be, I said shakily.
Well, that explains why from your world specifically. He met you and hates you. Also, I am a demigod now, so my powers are slightly different. Instead of warping through time, I can warp to alternate dimensions. Zylo sent me here as an ambassador in a sense. He can't come here himself.
Mephiles continued and I felt ill.
Modern Sonic's point of view.
I was completely confused, but when I saw Movie Sonic getting ill and his loved ones looking absolutely distraught and horrified, I knew this was really bad. Movie me? Who is he talking about? I asked as gently as I could.
She's from Sonic's world. He is the cause of why that world is an apocalypse. He makes every villain any of us ever faced seem like child play.
Movie Sonic said as he recovered from his nausea. I was completely stunned by this.
No, not him again. No, please, no.
Marina screamed in despair as she fell to her knees sobbing, with the Wachowski kids doing the same as they all huddled together. But before I could ask any further, Movie Shadow suddenly stood up in front of his loved ones as he glared daggers at Mephiles.
What does he want?
Movie Shadow demanded as he got into his fighting stance.
He just wants to see you suffer. You see, you're probably wondering how the Sonic I know ended up in their world, and how the infant ended up here. Well, that was me. Also, Xylo has been watching you this entire time. And with that knowledge, he told me where to send you now.
Mephiles said, and suddenly Annika vanished.
No! Where is my sister?
Movie Sonic demanded and was being tempted to use his dark form.
Oh, don't worry about her.
Mephiles said, and suddenly Tom, Natty, Silver, Movie Shadow, Boom Sonic, Marin Sonic, Marina, and Lone Claw fell into puddles that appeared beneath their feet.
No! Mephiles, please, bring them back!
Movie Sonic pleaded in a panic.
Now it's your turn. I hope you enjoy your suffering.
Mephiles said sadistically right before doing the same to Movie Sonic.